Is good YouTube, Warstu here with another video on The Flash Season 3 regarding Harrison Wells' Earth 19. So it's quite interesting how in this episode we got to see a cowboy version of Harrison Wells. We got to see a kind of Doctor Who version of Wells who referred to this Earth as Terra Prime, which is quite interesting. And we got to see a mime version of Harrison Wells that Harrison Wells from Earth 2 was not happy about. It's kind of interesting how during this episode he wasn't happy about a new Harrison Wells coming through, as he felt like he was being replaced. But it was his idea, how it says there's a whole multiverse full of Harrison Wells. Let's go get one. But I think it's just a show's version way of telling you that the multiverse will be used within the future. So eventually they went with Earth 19 Harrison Wells, who refers to himself as HR, which is kind of obvious to kind of tell the difference between Earth 2 Harrison Wells and HR. He solved the equation that Earth 2 Harrison Wells set to him in order to see if he was the right kind of person who could help them with the task that Team Flash needs help with on a weekly basis. So then Cisco opened the multiverse up so Earth 19 Harrison Wells could come through, and this is where things got interesting. Kind of teasers, red herrings, kind of, I don't know, fishing bait or whatever you want to call, kind of got interesting to me at least. So when he came through, he said, "Greetings, Earthlings," and he's like, "I'm kidding. I've always wanted to say that." And then Kagan says a funny version. So it was like they were kind of trying to tease you that he could be linked to an alien invasion, which I will come back to later on. And then he met Earth 2 Harrison Wells, and he's like, "You're good looking." He's like, "Yeah, I know. So are you," because they're the same person. It must have been so cool for Harrison Wells to get to play multiple versions of his character within this one episode, which brings a lot of different kind of dimensions to the program, as he's played different roles in each season, kind of like Quentin Lance in the Arrow. He plays different roles each season. So eventually Harrison Wells from Earth 2 leaves, and he says, "One more thing, whilst I'm gone, never ever, no matter what." This is obviously going to be important. He's obviously referring to don't close the breaches so he can come back and forth if he wants to. But what's more interesting is HR says, "Oh, what was he going to say?" We're all like, "What was he going to say? That's cool." And then he's like, "Do you have a big belly burger here?" So the perception is that every Earth in this multiverse has a big belly burger. To me, which is quite ridiculous, because it's kind of like saying there'd be a McDonald's in every different Earth, if you get where I'm coming from. So during the monster trailer, HR says, "Yes, that monster, triangulate the signal, Empire of the Sun, Barry." Then Cisco's like, "No, Empire strikes back, Barry." And then the most interesting thing is it says, Harrison Wells HR says, "No one seems to ask why I'm here." And he's talking into a voice recorder. And then right at the end, Cisco's going through his bag and he says, "In this Earth, there's no one have trust here." So there's not really that much evidence to go on to kind of presume that HR is evil. But I'm going to go over a few options. There's a few options. So option one is HR is a good guy. He's a funny guy. Seems quite cool. And the writers of the show are just trying to make you believe he is evil. He's got an ulterior motive, but he hasn't really. They're just playing him off that way. Option two is he's a spy for the invasion crossover with the Dominators, and he's talking to them on the recorder that he's got in his hand, the little thing that he's always carrying, and he's a spy. Earth 19's potentially being taken over, and Harrison Wells HR is being forced to do it under not his own will, kind of, if you get where I'm coming from. So that's probably the most viable option. Someone called Daniel commented in it, and he went into great detail, but I won't. But yeah, that kind of option seems quite viable. Or option 3 is he's come for his own motives, but that could be anything. I mean, it could be someone sick. He's just come for research purposes. Option 4, which is ridiculous, he could be Johnny Quick. He could be a speedster. I mean, with the Flash program, the kind of opportunities, he could be literally anyone. But I don't see the point in kind of trying to make out, yes, Harrison Wells from this Earth 19 is evil. Personally, I just think he's a good guy, and they're just trying to play him off like he's got some kind of motive, and it's linked to the kind of 3-night crossover when it starts on the Flash, goes to Arrow, then goes to Legends. Anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think about this video down below. Do you think the theories are like non-void, or do you think there's some legs? Anyway, guys, I'll see you in another video. Peace.